it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a quick favorites video. Now I haven't done a favorites video in 3 months, I think, something like that. So this video really could be like an hour long, but I just picked a few things to share with you that I'm really loving right now. So this video I don't think is going to be too long, but yeah, let's get right into it. So my first favorite of the month is actually the thing that I'm looking at right now. It is my new camera. I talked about it a little bit in a previous video, but I'm absolutely loving it. I love that I can go like this and I will be in focus. I come out here and I'm still in focus. It's just so amazing. I got a Canon T6S. I will link it and everything else that I talk about today down below in case you're interested in checking it out. The camera is from the Rebel series from Canon, so it's considered a prosumer camera. So it's in the middle between the super easy to use consumer cameras and the really high-tech, really expensive cameras. This is actually the series that I had before. I had a Canon T3i and I loved that camera and I wouldn't have upgraded if that one had autofocus. Had I waited and gone with the T4i, which came out I think 6 months after I got mine, then I wouldn't need to upgrade because that one does have autofocus. So I absolutely love this camera, but I don't think I've even taken a picture with it. I need to change that, don't I? Because I absolutely love photography. I just really kind of haven't been in the mood lately. So maybe this weekend I'll go out and take some pictures and have a little fun with it. So now I have a couple of makeup favorites to share with you. One of them is this brush right here. This is from Morphe. It was from one of their kits on Haute Look. It doesn't have a number or anything on it. I have seen this kit on there a couple of times. It's sold with like 4 or 5 different brushes in a black bag in case you're looking for it. They've been on Haute Look quite a bit lately, so I would assume that within the next month or so they will be back on. As you can see, this is a tapered brush, and what I use this for is for setting my concealer, and it just fits in perfectly right under my eyes, down my nose, and it just does a really good job of blending everything out and not picking up too much extra product as to where it looks like I didn't put anything on my face. Before I started using this brush, I was using a sponge, and I would notice that like patches of my makeup would start coming up with the sponge, and it just looked really weird and patchy, and then I'd have to go through with a brush anyways and blend it all out, and it was just a big pain. So then I discovered this brush that I had in my collection, and I have not stopped using it ever since I started and figured out the perfect way to use this brush. Another favorite of mine are these Milani Amore matte lip creams. These guys got released over the summer and they're considered a limited edition product, last I checked anyways. Hopefully they will make them permanent soon because everyone's just been loving them and they've been really hard to find in stores. I actually ordered mine online and I'm so happy I did because they're just absolutely amazing. The 2 colors I have here are Adore and Lust, and I actually ordered the color Embrace, which is a deep purple color, but unfortunately that one was broken when I ordered it. So I contacted Milani and they were super helpful and they had no problem sending me another one, but they were out of the Embrace color, so they sent me the Adore one instead. That's actually the one that I'm wearing on my lips today. It's not my favorite color and not a color that I normally would go for, but they only had this one or the brown one to send me, and I definitely didn't want the brown one. I don't think that would look good on me. So I tried this one and I actually don't hate it on myself, which is really surprising because I don't usually like a nude lip like this, but this one I don't think clashes too bad with my skin tone. Lust, of course, is my favorite. I just think this color is so beautiful. It would work with a lot of different skin tones, I think. It's just a really good your lips but better kind of color. And the formula on these, you guys, is just absolutely amazing. Not just amazing for a drugstore product, but just seriously amazing. I absolutely love these. They last all day. They do dry down to a very matte finish and make my lips feel a little bit dry. I personally don't mind that, especially with this formula. If you don't like that feeling, then you might not like these, but if you can get around that, I definitely suggest you check these out. Like I said, I didn't have any luck finding these in stores, but I was able to order them off the Milani website, and they were, I think, like $7.99 a piece, maybe $8.99, something like that. Not terribly expensive and well worth the price, I think. Moving right along to some Makeup Geek eyeshadows, I'm going to specifically talk about the new duochromes that she just came out with, and most specifically, sorry, I'm trying to get it out here, the color Ritzy. I got 4 of the new duochrome eyeshadows and I absolutely love them. I made a video on it, so you can check that out if you're interested in these, but they're just beautiful and they last really well, and these are only $6 a piece. So if you like that duochrome look, I really suggest you check them out because they're just awesome. Like I said, my favorite color is Ritzy. It's more than a duochrome. It's like a quadchrome or something. It's like a brownie gold color with flecks of green and blue and red. It's just awesome. Definitely check these out if you like that duochrome look. I I've got one skincare item for the month, and that is the Olay Regenerist Micro Sculpting Cream. I had a sample of this in my All Sample Out challenge back in August. I needed a new night cream, so I decided to go with this because I liked the sample that I had, and I've been using it for a couple of nights now, and it is amazing, you guys. It's so good. It's a really hydrating cream, and it's very thick, but it doesn't feel too heavy on my face, which is something that I really like. It goes on and it soaks in very easily, and it just is a really nice night cream. So if you're looking for something, I definitely would check this out. I think I paid $22, $23 for this at Target, so it's not something that's super cheap, but I was using an Algenist cream that is like for a full size $95. So compared to that one, this one is definitely a steal. Alright, so that was it for makeup and beauty stuff, and I have a couple of food items that I want to talk about that I think you should know about because they're awesome. First one is just so awesome. I mean, they're just amazing. These are the Cheez-Its Extra Toasty version. I found them at Target and I cannot stop buying them. They're amazing. So these guys, as the name implies, are just regular Cheez-Its that they cook longer so that they get nice and crispy. If you're like me and you open up a regular box of Cheez-Its, I always go for those extra crispy ones first, and which are few and far between in the regular boxes, but this box is loaded with them. Oh my gosh, so delicious. Love them. And I found these just like everything else in my life at Target. Another thing that I found at Target that are absolutely incredible, Oreo thins. These things are perfect. Now, of course, I love double stuffed Oreos, but those things obviously have a lot of fat and calories, and I'm trying to, you know, not eat such bad things lately, and I've been doing pretty good, especially since I found these guys, but I don't like regular Oreos. I don't think the ratio of cookie to cream is that great in those. I think there's too much cookie, right? Yes, I think there's too much cookie in a regular sized Oreo. The double stuffed is a good ratio, and these things are also a perfect ratio. The cookie is a lot thinner and you get a little bit less cream, but it's just a perfect mix of cookie and cream, and they're amazing. These ones are the mint ones, which are so good. They taste kind of like a Thin Mint cookie from the Girl Scouts. So amazing. I also have the golden Oreos, which I don't think I've even tried ever, like a regular golden Oreo. Let's see if they're just as good. They're okay. I definitely like the mint ones better, but these aren't bad. The last food thing that I wanted to talk about today is the new Diet Pepsi aspartame free version. I've been a big Diet Pepsi fan the last couple of years. I've drinking way too much of it, and it has that nasty aspartame stuff in it. But now none of Pepsi's products have aspartame in it, so they're a little bit healthier. I mean, yeah, obviously these are not the healthiest things for you, but it's a little bit better for you, I like to think anyways. These are sweetened with Splenda now. I would have preferred if it had been done with stevia, but this is still better than aspartame. And the taste is very similar to what it was before. There's not quite as much of a bite as there used to be with the Diet Pepsi, but it's not that noticeable, and I've gotten over it real quick, and I am perfectly happy buying this and drinking it. Alright, so that is everything that I have to show you, but I wanted to talk about a couple of television shows. I think I'm the last person on the face of the earth to watch Pretty Little Liars, but I just went through it. I just finished it like last week, and oh my gosh, I love that show. It's so good. I think I was so resistant to it because I remember a couple years ago I started to go through The Secret Life of the American Teenager on Netflix, and I thought that Pretty Little Liars was kind of like the same kind of show, and I remember hating that show. I think I got like 2 episodes in and I just had to call it quits. The acting was terrible on it, and just the storyline, I don't know, just was not my kind of show. But I've heard so many people talk about Pretty Little Liars, and I was looking for something to go through, so I just turned it on Netflix, and I couldn't stop watching. It was so addictive. If you haven't ever watched it, it's just a really fun show to go through. It's really engaging, and some of the episodes I just couldn't stop watching. But I feel like on the last episode, like the whole time I was watching it, it felt like it was a series finale, and it wasn't even like a whole season finale. It was the mid-season finale. The show is coming back in January, I think, and it's gonna be totally different because so much happened in that episode. Well, I don't say so much happened, but so much was explained, I guess is what I should say. But they did kind of do an interesting little twist, which I won't say anything about in case you haven't seen it, but there is a little bit of an interesting twist. So I'm very curious to see how they are going to do the show going forward. And another show that I went through over the summer was Once Upon a Time. This was like my 3rd or 4th time going through that show. I absolutely love the first 2 seasons of that show. It's just so fun and magical, and I don't know, I just absolutely love it. If you haven't heard about that show, it's basically fairy tale characters trapped in today's world, which is really kind of fun and interesting. First 2 seasons of that show, and it's on Netflix, so if you want to watch it, are absolutely incredible. The 3rd season has some really good moments. Parts of it drag a little bit. The 4th season, which was just this last year, is kind of for the most part. Not my favorite. They did Frozen, and I think they were really pressured into doing Frozen because it was just such a big thing last year. So I think for that reason the show kind of suffered. But I'm really excited for this season though. They're in Camelot now, and they're bringing Lancelot back, who, oh my gosh, I loved his character even though he was only on 1 episode. So I'm excited to see what they can do with him again. And the main character has gone from good to bad, so it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of play that up. But that's just another really fun show that I like to go through, so I thought I would talk about it a little bit. That is all for my favorites of the month, or the last 3 months, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you like. We can also connect on Instagram. I will put a link to mine somewhere down there. We can connect over there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!